Well, good morning, class. This is Monday of week 10 of our course, and I want to just say thank you for all your hard work that you put into this course so far. We've got 2 more weeks to go after this week. So I want to make a few announcements, and we'll get started with a new chapter today. First of all, I wanted to ask you guys how you felt about the speeches with visual aids. I have not been able to finish watching all of them yet, but the ones that I have seen have been very interesting and informative, and I've really enjoyed looking at the visuals that you created. So if you want to give me feedback, if you liked it or didn't like it, or what you think you could do in the future with that, I would appreciate it. We have one more speech coming up, and that will be our last chapter speech. So I want to talk about that for a few minutes. And so just to let everybody know, chapter 4 is our last chapter. And good morning, Alan. How are you?
Hi, teacher. Good morning. I'm good. Thank you.
Good. I'm just going over a few announcements. Chapter 4 is our last chapter. We're only going to have about 2.5 weeks to cover this chapter. I don't think it's going to be a big problem because we still have most of the time, and we should be able to finish with plenty of time. But I just wanted to let you guys know that because our last class day is Thursday, November 12th. So for that week, we cannot turn in any assignments on Thursday or Friday. So everything has to be done and completed and submitted by Wednesday, November 11th. Okay, so if you want to write that down or put that on your calendar, this class needs to be finished on November 11th because my goal is to grade everybody's work and post the grades in Blackboard on the 12th, where you still have access to the grades so that you can check your look at your feedback. You can go to the Go React section and check the grade and my comments, because after the 12th, you don't have access to Blackboard and Go React anymore. So if you can see, it's really important for you to get all of your work submitted by the 11th of November so that I can grade and then you guys can view the comments. So I have a couple of things that are going to be due on November 10th, and then I have 24 hours to grade and post the grades, and then you can view them on the 12th. Okay, and then your quiz and your lab, your chapter 4 quiz and your last lab assignment are going to be due on the 11th. Okay, so those are 2 important days, the 10th and the 11th of November. We're still doing all the work we usually do. We're just squeezing it into 2.5 weeks instead of 3 weeks. So I have an announcement for you guys. Our last speech is going to be different from all the other speeches. And I'm kind of excited because each time we've done something a little bit different, right? You guys did the visual aids on the last one. And this next one is going to be a debate. Okay? So in order to debate, you have to have 2 people at least talking together. So this chapter is highlighting the importance of communicating with another person when you disagree. So we're going to work on the language, the polite language that we can use when we are trying to disagree with what someone says and when we're trying to share our own opinions. So that's a debate. Okay, so we're going to do that, and this is the first time we've done this with Go React, but there is a way in Go React where you can meet live with another classmate. So it's kind of like a Zoom meeting if you've ever done those, but you can record it, and that's what you guys are going to do. So everybody will give their side of an issue of the debate, and then you will have a partner that you are going to listen to and then also disagree with their point. So I'm setting it up where you guys will know what your topic is, and you'll be able to prepare your points. And your partner will also have the opposite point or the opposite opinion or idea. And you guys will kind of show me that you know how to debate in a good way. So I'm excited about this speech. I think it will be fun. So those, you will have to schedule a time with a partner to be able to do those. Okay, so you guys could say, all right, let's meet Sunday from 2 to 4, or Friday from 9 a.m. till 10, whatever your time is. So before we find out who your partner is, I want you to send me an email with your partner preference. Okay, and you
And
can
teacher,
go ahead.
and we also like give our speeches like in the class, like in class time, or it will be just on Go React.
Yes, you can do it during class time if you and your partner are both available. Yeah,
Okay.
I can. Yes. Now, if you remember, let me check back on we have actually I need to double check because I think we've had a couple of students that may have decided they cannot continue this class. So I need to email them and double check. But so far, I believe we're going to have Carolina and you, Alan, and Lucia and Lan. So that's 4 people. So 2 of you will be partners, and the other 2 will be partners. So what I want you to do is just send me a private email and just say, this is who I would like to be partners with in the debate. And if that person agrees or whatever, or, I'll organize the partners, and I will let you know the partners by the end of the week. And then I'll give you their email address or whatever that you need, and you guys are going to decide what you're going to do. If you want to give your debate speech during our class time, or if you want to meet at another time and do it through Go React. Okay, you have a choice. So does that make sense, Alan?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So this week I need everyone to send an email that let me know the person that you would like to be in the debate with. Okay. So you have one classmate that you can do that with. And if it doesn't matter to you, like you don't care anybody, just put that in an email. Say, I can be partners with anybody. And then I'll organize a team. So, so that's a little bit about the speech coming up between November 1st and November 10th, and really any time between there. If you want to use class time between there, or any type of, meeting you want to do is fine with me. But it needs to be finished before midnight on the 10th so that I can have one day to grade it, and then you can go back on the 12th and look at the comments that I made before class is over. So midnight on the 12th, I believe, is your last time to look at Blackboard. So I want to make sure you know what your grade is, and you've had a chance to look at all the comments that I've made and that sort of thing. Okay? So any questions about that, about what's coming up?
So, teacher, the deadline to complete your assignments is November 10th.
November 10th for the chapter speech. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the lab assignment and the test are due on Wednesday, the 11th.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, but you
Thank
remember with the lab, you can always turn in the lab earlier if you want. You can turn it in this week if you want to. The lab is more flexible, when you turn it in. But the lab and the test are due on the 11th. Okay, so it's pretty much like it's always been. We've got 3 big assignments that we turn in for each chapter. But the only difference is we are shortening the time to 2.5 weeks instead of 3 full weeks. So anyways, I'm excited though. This chapter is a good chapter. It's about traditions. So we're going to be talking about any questions before we check our video answers?
No, teacher, not me.
And good morning to you, Lan. I noticed you joined us.
Morning, teacher.
Morning.
Class.
And the quizzes, so those grades are posted. But I've had a lot of assignments, lots of videos turned in this week, also for my grammar class. So I haven't finished grading or checking all the videos yet. But I do want to say, Alan, I watched your presentation and I loved it. I don't know if you saw the comments yet, but
No, I still don't the comments.
you haven't checked the comments?
Yeah, no yet.
Okay, well, I really liked it. I think everybody needs to go into the chapter 3 speech and watch everybody's presentation because it was so interesting. The whole thing about the rodeo, as you call it, we call it a
Yeah.
rodeo. You gotta say it like a rodeo. That's how we. But it was interesting. I was captivated. I liked the visuals. I was laughing and laughing. Everybody in my family is like, "Why are you laughing?" But it's so funny when I see like you guys talking and then just thinking about the situation, like the problem that you shared. A terrible problem. I cannot believe that is
Yeah.
actually happening in your neighborhood. That just that would drive me crazy. So
Yeah.
my neighborhood, I have lots of complaints too, but I think yours are just like the worst like problem I could
And
imagine.
by the way, I'm moving next week for that problem.
So you're getting out of there. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
So interesting. So yours is the one that I watched, and I'm going to watch the other ones and give comments later, so everybody can check back at the end of the day for comments and things. So I just wanted to say thank you, and to everybody to go back, I encourage you and watch your classmates' presentations, and maybe you can get some ideas about things to do maybe in another speech in the future if you need to use PowerPoint in the future. So anyways, why don't we go ahead and check our homework? I'm going to get out of the screen here, and I want us to look on page 82. And I asked you guys to, if you had time, because I know you're really busy, but I asked you to watch the video and just answer a few questions. And then today we're going to kind of discuss it a little bit more at page 82 and 83. So we've got a video about one tradition in a country. Country. Or maybe you can look at the
Teacher, I don't know why I could not watch the videos because um, they locked
oh,
but the
locked it.
audio is good. Yes.
Okay, I have it right now up in my a browser. So let me go there really quickly and see if I can find why it's locked. Okay, I'm looking at Unit 4. Yeah, the listening is opened. Let me check. Yeah, I do see something here. It looks like it does look like the videos are locked. Why? That's interesting. Thank you for telling me that because
How,
that's weird.
how about you, Alan? Alan?
Yeah, I don't think Alan was able to watch it either. Alan, did you watch the video?
No, teacher, to be honest, I didn't try to watch it. I didn't have time.
Hey, honesty is great. Great honesty. And that's okay because even if you tried, you wouldn't have been able to because it was locked for some reason. Actually, all of them are locked. Now that I'm looking at them, so I'm unlocking chapters 1 through 4 right now. Because I don't know what happened. So, 'cause I remember keeping everything unlocked. I purposely, of course, wanted you guys to watch the videos. So it should be unlocked now. So why don't we do this? I'm showing you on my screen. I'm showing you the answers. So what you can do
Oh, now
is,
it's unlocked.
yeah, I just
I tried
unlocked it.
many days. I tried many days, teacher, from Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Just now unlocked.
Well,
3
that's
days.
why, yeah, thank you for asking the question. That's the best way to get what you want is talk about it. So thank you for sharing that. I was able to fix that very easily. Okay, so why don't we do this? I'm going to just post the answers up here on the screen. And so you will have it in this video, but we don't have to, I don't have to give you the answers now. So that way you can go home and, or you are at home. That way you can answer these when you have time. So page 82, ready to check your answers, is at the bottom left side of the screen. And then you also have answers to exercise 4, which is at the top right side of your screen. So let me give you a little short introduction to this video. Pictures at the top of page 82.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, does this look like maybe somebody's at a fair, or does this look like they're shopping in the mall, or, you know, what is the setting here?
It looked like a party, or maybe,
Definitely. It looks like a party. And if you can look on the left side, it looks like there's some flags there. And we don't know all of the country's flags, but this one is Chile. It's a country called Chile. Did I say it right, Alan? Is it Chile?
yeah, you said right.
Yeah, Chile. In the United States, we just call it chili, and we don't know why they're named after food, because in
Yeah.
the United States, we have a wonderful food we like to eat called chili. So we're like, hey, there's a country called Chile, but it's really not Chile, it's Chile.
Yeah, it's Chile.
So, see on the right side at the top, you see there's two men and they both have black hats. And that is part a special tradition in Chile. It's a type of celebration they have, and it's the name of it is called the oh no, I don't know how to say it. Cueca Brava.
Yeah, Cueca Brava.
Brava.
Yeah.
Okay, you can say it faster than me, but what is the name of the
No, you
dance?
said good.
This is a type of dance that they do in Chile to celebrate things. So I want to just ask you guys, what are some traditional dances or celebrations in your native country? Dances or celebrations? Do you have any in your country?
Well, in my country, like we're just to celebrate Dia de Muertos.
Dia de los Muertos?
Yeah, that's one of a lot of traditions
Okay,
we have.
because that's in Spanish, I'm going to type it up here so that everybody can know what in the world you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so de los Muertos is celebrated in Mexico, right? Is it only in Mexico?
I'm not pretty sure, teacher. Maybe. I don't know. I just know that it comes from Mexico.
Okay, and tell us a little bit about that celebration. What does it mean? What do you do?
Well, we celebrate Dia de los Muertos on November 2nd. We what we do is like create like we remember or our deaf people, and we do a lot of things. One of those are we create uh, like how do you say that word in English? I don't know. Like you go to you create an altar. I don't know. Altar, is that a word?
Um, what is it called?
Sorry?
What do you call it?
Like hold altar? I don't know if that's a word in English.
Okay, let me type it. Are you saying that word?
Yeah. Is that the word
That
that I'm looking?
no,
Like
that's
we
no, go ahead.
we gave honor to our dead people,
Yeah.
and we go to the we go to the I don't know many words from this topic. But what we do is like, yeah, give honor to our dead people and well remember them with pictures, and we put flowers in their place, and yeah.
Okay, so you visit the grave site. Do you know what a grave is?
Grave, yes, I think, yeah.
You can call it a grave site. I don't think it's one word. I think it's two words. Grave site, that means the place that the person was buried.
Hmm.
So it's a celebration of people who have passed away.
Yeah,
And that's a nicer way to say people who died. Say they passed away. They
passed
passed
away.
into another place. um, visit their gravesite, and do you bring them food,
Yeah.
things that they really
Hmm.
liked when they were living?
Yeah, food and flowers, or maybe even a device that they liked to use. I don't celebrate that, but I like it.
Yeah. So for you, it's not something that's kind of creepy or weird, like that. Like some people maybe that don't understand that tradition, they might say, "Why are you celebrating that? You know, it was a sad event." I mean, how do you feel about that part?
Yeah, actually, I think that like why we're celebrating or that, but um, if people look like all the context and all what we do, it's not like it's a beautiful tradition because you're not
Yeah.
just you are remembering your their people and well maybe people is comfortable thinking that their people is coming for just one day to visit them and they
Mhm.
like can have a kind of connection maybe.
Okay. So some people see it as a time to connect with that person who passed away.
Yeah, because people think that the that's come to our world
Yeah.
that day.
Okay. Okay, so some of the words you used, I'm just helping you with putting it up here on the screen. So we visit the graveside, you remember your loved ones. We call them loved ones. We don't call them dear ones or something. Loved ones. So it's a time of reflection, remembering, and kind of coming together with everybody who's alive, right? To share in happy moments that you had with that person, right?
Yes, yes, teacher.
Okay, so that is tradition from Mexico. And Lon, would you like to share something from Vietnam, either a dance or a tradition? You got to turn your microphone back on.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know the word dan. Dan is mean what, teacher?
A dance?
Yeah, a dance.
Okay, a dance is, if you look in the picture on the top of page 82,
Yeah.
you see somebody's waving a red piece of cloth, and other people are kind of, it looks like they're moving around. That's dance.
Oh, yeah.
So it's when you have music and you're moving around.
Then like dance, dancing,
Yeah,
dance.
dance.
Oh, yes. Sorry. In my country have the tradition. The big tradition is Lunar New Year.
Oh, okay.
You know Lunar New Year? That's a look like New Year in United States, but different because we have the big holiday, the big tradition in the year. We have 10 days off. Everybody church.
Ah, wow.
Yeah. Church.
We don't have anything like that in the United States. You get
Yeah.
one, maybe 2 days off.
Yes.
That's it. You get back to work after that.
Yes. In United States, uh, New Year just off one day, but Lunar New
Right.
Year is 10 days more, maybe sometime with 2 weeks. Yes,
Wow.
and
Mhm.
the first week we set up everything like cook many food,
Yeah.
and decorate the house, clean everything, and decorate house by flowers, and
Hmm.
repaint. If the house look old color, we
Okay.
repaint them. Yes, and on December 30, yeah, that we have at midnight we have fire firework. Yeah,
Oh, fire.
yeah. At midnight we have firework, and the next day is uh, January 1st. We visit the grave site, right? Yes,
Okay.
the grave site, and after that we visit grandparents. And when we visit them, they always give us the envelope like this.
They give you what?
Yeah, they give us envelope like this. Yeah, and put the money inside.
Oh, is that an envelope or a card?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
an envelope? Oh, can you see that, Alan? You
What
see the
word,
picture?
teacher?
She's showing you a picture in her review.
No,
Did
I
you?
can't.
Oh. Okay, well, let me take
Sorry.
this screen. I'll take this screen away, okay? Red envelopes. Do you see that, Alan?
Yeah, I see it.
They
And
have
what does it say? Is that in
the
Chinese or Vietnamese?
yeah, Chinese, but I can learn. I can read them too. This means that it mean sometimes it's a Happy New Year, or sometimes they write the word like uh, we live
Oh
long
yeah.
life. We live long life. Yes, like something like that.
Okay.
Yes,
So
and then
it's a gift.
yeah, the gift. Yeah. So when I got a children, when I got a child, I have many like this. My parent, my grandparent, and
Right.
cousin. Yes, and aunt, and they give me a lot like this. On that day, I'm so happy with it. Visit them for this one. If they don't give me this one, I'm just out.
You really like,
Yes.
okay. So it's
And
a way to celebrate another year and with good wishes for your family and friends.
yes, family and friends. Yes, and coworker too. We
Yeah.
just use that time for visit together.
Hey, wow. That is
Yeah.
one big long party. I like
Yes.
that. And when you guys get together, you eat. Do you also play music?
Yes, music and then and they drink beer
Mhm.
and do many things on that day, but never uh, um, legal. No, never guilty. Yeah,
So they do not do illegal
yeah,
things.
illegal things. Like they uh, play some card.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
but they not illegal thing. Yeah.
So they don't bring guns to the party and get mad
No,
because ex-girlfriend was there and all that stuff like we do in the United States. Yeah. Um,
yeah,
yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Hopefully, most celebrations are supposed to be safe, right?
yeah,
Um, but sometimes they can turn dangerous. That on my street, people like to get fireworks, which are illegal actually. So that's the first problem. But they set off fireworks on my street. And I feel like it's my responsibility to call the fire department. So I do almost every year. So I'm
yeah,
kind of the party crasher. So I'm like, I call the fire department. I say, can you guys come over because they're doing fireworks. I don't want my house to get burned down. That's my only thing. So it can be dangerous sometimes with
yeah,
but it sounds like that type of celebration is safe, is fun with family, friends. And sounds great. And so the color red is a lucky color, right?
Yes, yeah. In my country, it color red, a
Yeah.
lucky color.
Okay.
And when I was a child, they let me use firework, but now no, because dangerous. You're right, teacher.
Yeah.
They stop do
Dangerous.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, it can be very dangerous,
yeah,
especially when kids start doing it. You know, they have little sparklers for kids.
yeah,
But that fire on the end of the sparkler is like, I think it's like 500 degrees hot. It's just extremely hot.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, it can be scary. Okay, guys, good. These are two real examples of traditions that you guys shared. Why don't we look at page 84 next? And I have a little practice I want us to do together. I want us to look at the vocabulary words in the purple letters. And we're going to practice making our own sentences with a couple of these. Okay? I think died out is a good one to use. I'm trying to pick ones that are new for you guys. So I'm going to say the word, and then let's go over the definitions together. And then after that, we're going to come back and you guys are going to say or write a sentence with one of these words. Okay? So first, everybody, can you repeat after me? Multicultural.
Multicultural.
Or you can say multicultural.
Multicultural. No, that's difficult. I prefer the first one.
Well, of course, because the I sounds like an E, which is very
Yeah.
familiar to you. Multicultural.
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 Good. So you can see two words inside of that word, right? We can see multi. Multi means more than one. So think of multiply means to add more than one or um, to, it's to increase.
Multi-languages.
Yeah, multilingual means you speak more than one language. Multilingual, yeah. And then we know cultural. Cultural has to do with the people, the traditions, the language, the religion, the specifics of a particular group of people. So we've got that word. So is it going to be A or B?
B.
It is B.
Yes, letter B. So multicultural means including people who have many customs and beliefs. The United States is considered to be a multicultural country, okay? Even though we kind of have like an American culture as one, um, part of the American culture, for example, is we believe in independence, we believe in human rights, and kind of just, building up and kind of glorifying the self. Like you can do your own thing, right? That's one of our sayings in this country. If you want to be somebody, you can be that person. You can be whoever you want to be. So we're really big in this country. That's one of our cultural values, I would say, is celebrating independence and what's another, like working hard, earning what you get, what you want in life. That's kind of some of the beliefs of our culture. But we're also multicultural in this country because we have lots of people that come from other cultures and influence the big culture, right? Um, because you bring your own culture when you come to a new country. And so we've got lots of Asian influence. We have South American and Latin American influence in the United States. And a lot of other different cultures too, European and African. So we are a multicultural country. Most of the time, that's really a good thing, right? But sometimes it can create problems, and especially sometimes in politics, the political world, there can be problems and issues that come up. I think you guys can see what's happening now in our country with this election. We've got a lot of different beliefs and ideas about things, and sometimes they clash. So it's sometimes difficult to have peace and get along, but it's what makes America strong, I think, is that most of us continue to try to get along with other people that are different. What do you guys think? Because you're immigrants to this country. Do you think America is a multicultural country?
Yes, it is. Like when I
Yes.
came here, I was able to see like a lot of cultures from many
Mm-hmm.
countries. Like when I came here, I just was I thought like we were just like Latinos here, but
Mm-hmm.
but then I realized, well, we're not the only culture is here. We have
Yeah.
Asians or African, and there are many cultures we could find wherever we go.
Yeah.
You can learn a lot of things.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. I love when we have a mixture of different cultures and kind of forced to see things differently, to look at things, to learn things. I like that. I appreciate that. So good. Lan, what do you think about the United States?
Yeah, I think so too. I excited with the when I saw different thing in my country,
Hmm.
and I know that because United States have many countries, many cultures, because people live in here come from many countries.
Yeah. Yep. Many countries,
I,
all kind of interacting. Okay, good. Let's go to number 2 and repeat after me. Died out.
died out.
Died out.
Good. So died out is not the same as died. Okay. So let's look at this example. It says the tradition of letter writing has almost died out. These days, everyone communicates by social media, texting, or email. When is the last time that you got a letter from somebody from back home?
Hmm. I never received one.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Dear Alan, they'll just send you, they call you or they send you an email or a text, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, from you said from home or
Yeah.
something like that. Like,
Yeah. I'm talking about from your hometown, from people
no,
back
yeah, I
home.
never received one.
Yeah.
I have one 15 years ago. I remember 15 or 20 years ago. For a long
You
time
got a
ago.
letter. Yes,
When I
actually.
live in the temple, and my sister, she
Yeah.
sent me a email, that letter, and then my
Yeah.
sister, she have to refer, because I'm a nun, live in a temple. Everything sister have to know that, because
Right.
they want to control us. Yes.
Right.
If some guy send me that email, that's wrong.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. And then I remember very, very long time ago, 20 years.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow. Yep. I think it was about 10 to 15 years ago. I got me and my best friend wrote letters to each other in college. Now, we had email, we had texting. Well, actually, no, I didn't have a phone back then. I didn't get a cell phone until my second or third year in college. But anyways, we had phones, we had the ability to talk on or email, but we liked to just write letters. But that was the last time that I got a letter to, except, no, I take that back. I had a friend in Japan who sent me a card on my birthday. So that was a few months ago. So she sends me cards. But anyways, let's go back to the sentence. It says the tradition of letter writing has almost died out. So look at letter A. Become more rare and eventually disappear. That's what it means.
Yes.
So people, we do not say like, oh, my grandmother died out. We can't say that. Things that die out are gradually getting less and less. So, for example, there's some languages in South America that have started dying out or have already died out. Like smaller languages, like we know Spanish and Portuguese, very common in Central and South America, but there are many other languages that only a few people know how to speak, and those people get older and then they die, and then eventually that language dies out because nobody knows how to speak it anymore. So that happens in various places around the world. Languages can die out. Traditions can die out. So that's what it means there. Any questions?
No.
So if
No,
you
thank
want,
you.
okay, good. If you want to, we're going to, in just a few minutes, you guys are going to make an example sentence. I'm going to practice using die out or died out. Die out is a verb. Okay, so you can use this verb or like they used it in present perfect tense, has died out. And, if you want to, you can make a sentence with that one. Let's go to number 3, interacts. Can you guys say that?
Interact.
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 Yeah, well, this one has an S on it. And that means to communicate and do things with someone. So letter B.
Yes.
Okay. Number 4, repeat after me. Anniversary.
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 Good. Anniversary.
Anniversary.
Good. So your anniversary is a celebration of something that already happened you're celebrating at the same time each year. So there's a wedding anniversary. We don't call it a birthday anniversary. We just call it a birthday. But we typically celebrate wedding anniversaries, maybe not graduation anniversary. What other anniversaries we celebrate? We don't use anniversary for something that's sad, like, oh, it's the anniversary of my grandfather's death. He died 1 year ago. I don't say that's an anniversary because anniversary is supposed to be something that we're happy about, and typically we think of people dying as something we don't want to celebrate, right? Like Alan, we were talking about Dia de los Muertos. It's like a celebration, and we don't have a day like that really here because we think of it as a time to reflect or privately go by yourself maybe and visit a grave site, but we don't take like a day to just celebrate and get together. Oh, let's celebrate Grandpa. He died 2 years ago. I mean, we don't do that really as a big thing in our culture here. But so anniversary is considered something that's positive that happened in a previous year. So letter B. And then repeat after me. Celebration.
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 Good. And that one is letter B. Mark a special day or event. So celebration is kind of like an anniversary, except the anniversary is always 1 year, 2 years from the day. So anniversary is specific to a certain day. Celebration can be on a specific day, like Thanksgiving, but celebration can be for anything, like a graduation celebration or a baby born. That we can do a celebration. Okay, let's do the next one. Number 6. Repeat. Generations.
Generation.
Generations.
Good. What is that? A, B.
A.
B.
Generation is always more than a few months. We're talking about years and years. It's all the people of the same age within a society. So when people say, okay, generations ago, that usually means 50, 60, 80, 100 years ago. Okay, it's always more than a month or a couple months. So think of a generation as a chunk of time when a group of people grew up. So have you guys heard of the word millennials?
Yes.
Trying to spell it. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to spell millennials. This is my Texan part of me coming out here. I'm trying to type it up on the screen, but millennials, what does that mean to be millennial?
Like, well, like a new generation, like younger people, I think.
Okay, younger people. So if I said millennials are, using social media for work, what does that mean if I'm talking about the people, the millennials?
Like a specific generation. Like some people with the same age.
Yeah. Yes. So we've got, let me finish this. I think I spelled it right. No, it has 2 N's. Let me get rid of this. I'm determined to put this up here. Okay, let me write the word generation. And then so a generation is usually a chunk of time that's like a period of time where people grow up in. We can't really say exactly like this generation started at this time and finished at this time because people are always they're always being born and then they die, right? It's continuous. But we have this example of the millennial generation, which is people who actually, I am a millennial. People who are about maybe 30, they're in their mid 30s to mid 40s right now. These are millennials. These are people who graduated high school right around the year 2000 when that millennium started. So when we say millennium, we're talking about a thousand years. So when we started that year 2000, that's actually when I graduated high school, was in the year 2000. So those people that graduated right around that time are called millennials because that's when they entered in the workforce as adults, and they kind of started the new, 1,000 years because we started 2000. So it's kind of marks like this generation of young people. Right now, we're like in our mid 30s or 40s. So when we use that word generations, we're talking about a group of people that grew up together. Okay, so look at the example. A few generations ago, people listened to the radio at night instead of watching TV or going online. So we're talking about maybe the 1930s, 1920s. That was a few generations ago. Okay, so that's generation. Number 7, you guys repeat after me, political. Can you guys say that, political?
Political.
Yeah, good. So political means relating to the activities of government. Political, okay? And then we have number 8, social. Social. And that's relating to a large group of people who live together in an organized way. Well, hopefully it's organized. So that's letter A. Okay, so let's do one quick practice, and then we're going to do a listening activity together. So I picked the word died out up here, and we need one more word. Who wants to make a sentence with died out? Anybody want to try that one? Any volunteers?
Yeah, which one, teacher?
Died out. I think that's one of the hardest ones on this page, so I want to try that one. And then, so who wants to do it? Either Lon or Alan. You want to make your own sentence with died out. Anybody want to try?
Me? Well, I still don't have idea of anything that has died out.
Anything that's died out.
Okay, the use of
Yeah, that's a good one.
As like the use of, I don't know how to say that word. Do you know like the phones? But they're not cell phones, like phones, ring phones. You call that
Telephone.
telephone? Yeah. You see, I don't know the name.
I think about that too. I thinking about
Yeah,
that too.
Yeah.
telephones have almost died out. These days, people used to just these days people use um to just call for cell phones.
Okay, yes. Yeah, the use of telephones has died out. I really like that. And you're right. We're talking about that phone that has, a big piece of plastic and you pick it up and then you say, okay, bye, and then you put it back down and that
Yes.
ends the call. So many stories about that telephone. I had one of those. Oh my God. Because I would be on the phone with somebody and then my brother or my sister in another room would quietly pick up another phone in the other room and they could listen to my conversation. Oh yeah, I remember those days.
Yeah, I love to use telephone.
That's the same way with me, teacher. When my
Yeah,
family call me at the temple, call to the temple, and
right.
I'm when I listening, and my sister she listening too.
Right. They check your mail, they listen to your phone conversation. There's no privacy back in the
Yes.
day.
And I
Yeah.
have the temple. I have the example. For 14 or 15 years ago in my country, they have many bicycle, but
Mhm.
now the bicycle has almost died out.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do this one. I'm going to write a sentence. And we can say that word almost died out, right? Because that
Yeah,
means it's on that path, but it hasn't gotten there yet. So using bicycles as a means this word means, okay, right here, what that means is a way or a mode of transportation. Using bicycles as a means of transportation in Vietnam has almost died out. So most people are using motorbikes or cars,
yeah.
right? Yeah. Okay, good examples, guys. Okay, are there any more of these words that maybe we need to practice real quick before we go to the next page? Anything you're not out on this page?
Number 7, teacher. Political.
Political, okay. So political is the adjective form of the word. We have the noun form would be politics. The person would be a politician. So we're talking about anything that has to do with government, running for office, all of that is political. So I'm going to give you an example sentence in using adjective. Okay. The political atmosphere in the United States now is tense because we're dealing with a difficult election. So this election has been really challenging for a lot of people because we had in this country we had a lot of racial um, issues that have come up, and I mean the killing, the death, all of that's been happening this year and last year. It's been coming up and kind of putting pressure on politicians. Then we have the coronavirus, and that has really just kind of shaken up the political atmosphere because now talking about jobs, safety, our economy, um, you know, civil rights, and all of that. These issues are really, really coming at our our country right now. So now we have an election. So if you guys have been watching any of the news, you'll hear that there's a lot of arguing happening with our two candidates, Joe Biden and Trump. It's really tense. Sometimes I can't even watch it because I'm like, too much fighting and,
Yeah.
Yes.
negativity. And so that's about when we say political atmosphere, even in Congress right now with the House of Representatives and the Senate, they're trying to pass some bills. They're trying to get help for people, like financial help during this COVID-19 time. And some people are like, yeah, we need it, and other people said, no, we need to be smart. I mean, it's like it's difficult right now in politics. So we're talking about the government and the people who work in government. That's what political means. So can you think of maybe another sentence that we could use with political? Or you could use politician.
The political topic is really interesting in this time.
Okay, a political topic.
A political topic is a interesting topic on this time, like in election times and those things, maybe.
Right. Yeah, and I put up here one political topic, but we could make this plural. We could say political topics are interesting topics in this season of our country, or in this time. Yes. Yeah, that's good. Okay, guys. So again, we're talking about traditions and people in this chapter. So a lot of these words have to do with people and society. So let's do one activity before we go today. I want you to look over at page 85, and we're going to start this in class, and then you guys kind of on your own listen to it again and finish. But we're going to listen to a radio program where a speaker is talking about traditions. So let's first get the idea. What does tradition mean? That word tradition.
Tradition is a cultural celebration.
Okay, is it celebration?
No, it's not. Well, it includes like all, even the thinking of a specific place, but I don't know how to generalize it. Like,
Yeah. So when you think of tradition, I just want you to think of normal activities or normal things that happen regularly in a particular culture or region. So we can talk about things that are abstract, like a traditional way of thinking. Okay, that can be a tradition. Traditions can also be what you wear. Typical kinds of clothes can be part of a tradition. Okay. Traditions also include things like holidays, right? Like in the United States, we have Labor Day, we have Mother's Day, Father's Day, but we don't have Children's Day. But I think in Mexico you have the Children's Day, right?
yes,
And
Children's Day.
Teacher, and my country have the holiday for teacher. Teacher
Yeah.
is a big that day, very big holiday for teacher.
Yeah, in Mexico too.
But
Teachers,
in United States, no have the teacher
yeah,
day.
we don't want to celebrate teachers. Nah. Yeah.
That's not good.
Well, and you'll hear in politicians talk a lot about teachers, like, don't get enough money, and they really work so hard. It's the hardest job. We don't have really a teacher day, but we do have kind of a teacher appreciation week at most schools, but we don't have a day as a country. Yeah. So traditions can be a lot of different things. So look at number 2 at the top of page 85. What are some ways that technology has changed people's daily lives? So let's think of some traditions as it relates to technology? This might be a little challenging. How has technology changed the traditions in the United States or around the world and other parts too? Any ideas?
Yes.
See my sentence on the screen? This might help you think about it. So back in the day, generations ago, if you wanted to talk to somebody or you wanted to meet somebody, you would write a letter or send a telegram or get on your horse and go ride to the next town to see that person. That was the traditional way of communicating. And also, in a lot of cultures, people used to communicate through the parents. If if a man and a woman wanted to get married, they would have to talk to the parents first, right? Like if a man was interested in that woman over there, he can't talk to her. He needs to go to her parents and get permission to talk to her. That's another example of the old ways of traditions of communicating. But technology has really pushed us in a new direction. Now we have to focus on, or we're focusing more on digital means of communicating. So what does that mean when I say focused on digital means of communicating? I'm giving you guys some big words today. What does that mean, digital?
Digital, like social media, and
Yeah.
well,
Social media, texting, cell phone calls, Zoom, especially now with COVID-19, right? Um, so we're using these other forms of communication more, in some cases, more than we're actually seeing a person face to face. So that's kind of a tradition that is starting to change in the United States. So that's one example. Do you think the changes are positive or negative?
Positive.
well, both.
Okay, tell me what you mean. You guys can share. Alan, tell me what you mean.
Like, well, the technology brought us like good things like communication with people with no necessity to go to any place. Like, we just
Yeah.
can have a video call
Yeah.
or call, and that's it. The way to have communication is easier than some generations ago. But well, it also the technology also brought us negative things, like we became dependent with our cell phones and all this. Like, we create
Yeah.
an addiction to this, and well, we sometimes waste our time just uh using our phones with, and we don't take anything like we don't learn anything interesting or something that help us
Yeah.
on something.
Okay, so we're dependent on our cell phones more now than we ever have been in the past. So it's created kind of an addiction to this communication device, right? Okay, Very good. So you mentioned some advantages and disadvantages to the way that technology has changed us in this country. Lan, what about you? What's your thought?
Yes, I thought technology change is have women create more job and they can earn money like a man.
Yeah,
Uh, a lot in the United States, but in my countries, um, women just always just do the routine work like clean house, wash clothes, and take
yeah,
care for baby.
yeah,
Now they don't have to do that job. Just um, go work and earn money. Maybe some of them is more than men. And
hmm,
I have the in my country have the tradition, but I'm not like that. They
hmm,
just they just always the man and woman just at home and clean, cook, take care for children, and the
yeah,
man just earn money and then no, they don't do anything. But I love the in United States where they man and woman is equal. They do together and work or have each other have job
hmm,
and pay bill like same way.
yeah,
But yeah, but in my country not good at that. And and as technology uh, have negative effect like for
yeah,
children they don't play than the many years ago. They just they just want to play game in the iPad, and
yeah.
some game is not good for them.
Yep, yep. So you mentioned some positive and negative things about technology and how it's also changed our traditions in this country.
Yeah.
Yeah, so traditions have definitely changed a lot in the United States. Technology has had influence on that. I would agree. So that is a good beginning point for our listening that we're going to do. I'm going to share the first part of the listening, which is just the introduction to the radio program, and then you guys are going to actually finish listening to the whole program and do the activities on the bottom of page 85 and page 86 for homework. Okay, so let's start on page 85 where it says while listening. And I'm just going to play the audio track one time, and then I want you guys to see if you can answer these three questions. Does everybody see the three questions? It says, who is Kevin Lee? Like that part.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so that's where we're going to with our listening, okay? So let's listen and then try to answer those three questions.
This Sunday on Book of the Week, we interview Kevin Lee, a well-known anthropologist and the author of Changing Traditions in the Modern World. In this program, we will discuss his love for cultural anthropology and whether traditions are adapting to the modern world or dying out. Join us at 1 p.m.
Oh, that was short.
Oh.
That's it. Haha. So after just listening one time, I know that's kind of tricky. See how much you were able to catch from this. Lon, who is Kevin Lee? What kind of description do you have about him?
Mm. In, we interview Kevin Lee
Yeah, who is
and
Kevin Lee? What did you say?
an anthropologist, right?
Anthropology.
Yes, and the author. Um,
Okay, so anthropologist, and he also wrote a book, and I
yeah.
didn't have time to write down the whole title of the book. He wrote a book about cultural tradition or cultural anthropology. So what this is the answer, by the way, to number one. And what is an anthropologist? What in the world does that mean? Anybody know what anthropologist means? Okay,
The
and
study of something.
yeah, that's right. That's right. It is this. Whenever you see the gist at the end, that means it's a person. So we have biologist, archaeologist,
Psychologist.
psychologist. So that gist part, the suffix that tells us this is a person who does this type of job. So anthro has to do with people.
But it's something
Yeah,
about the society, teacher?
about the what?
The society?
Oh, society.
Society.
Society. Yes, they study people and how people interact in societies in the past and how it has changed over time. So basically, anthropologist is a person who studies people behavior. Okay. And Alan, can you help us with number two? What is the program about?
I didn't catch number two. They said something about traditions
Yes.
and something more, but I couldn't hear well.
Yeah, it was really fast, but what I caught was Kevin is going to talk about traditions and if people in society are adapting to the traditions or if the traditions are dying out. Like let's take a tradition of like any kind of tradition like Halloween or Day of the Dead or something. And then as society is changing, are those traditions changing too? Or are the traditions dying out? That's what he's going to talk about. And then number three, did anybody catch what time the program was going to be at?
At
Number
1
1
three.
p.m.
p.m.
Yeah, well,
One-
good. That was maybe easier to catch because it's just one word.
Yeah.
Okay, so for homework, finish page 85. Page 85 and 86. Okay, that's the listening part. And then now that you can do the video, I want you to try to go back and watch that video if you have time and do page 82 and 83. And I already posted the answers. They're at the beginning of this video. So after you watch the video, go ahead and go back and check your answers for the video. And then for page 85 and 86, we will check those answers on Wednesday in class. Okay, any questions before we go?
No question.
No, teacher, thank you.
Okay, guys, thank you. And thank you again for doing your lab assignments and your quizzes and all that. My plan is to get all of that graded and checked before the end of the day today. So come back and check for that later. And then I will see you guys on Wednesday.
Thank you.
Okay,
You
see
have a
you.
nice day. Bye bye.
You guys, thanks for sharing. Good discussion today.